Good morning, good morning. How's everyone? I'm just putting my boots on. We've got a fun day because I'm going to take you guys to the barn and I'm going to give you a big tour of the whole place. I want to show you guys around and make sure you really get your bearings. There was a lot of sweet comments about the stables that we've moved to. So I want to make sure that you guys get to see and explore with me the whole place. I have had, of course, like an official tour when we first thought about going and moving to the stables. But I'm very excited to have a proper good look around and see everything. It's rather cold. The first thing we're going to do is go look at the horses here at home. I want to give you guys a good update. I feel like I have not really shown you them as much. Let's take, well, the dogs can come with us as well. Maze Pen, come on, we're going to go for a walk. I feel like I haven't really had the chance to give you guys a proper update and spend some quality time with Chase, Annie and Bear. A lot of you guys were saying, oh, we really miss seeing the horses that you guys have at home. And it was kind of like maybe a little bit emotional, but there was one comment that said like, these are the other horses that like we followed for so long, and the horses that made us like follow you guys too. So I feel like some of you who will have been around for 8 or so or 9 years of us here on YouTube will want to hang out with the OGs. So that's what we're going to be doing this morning. I've seen lots of questions as well of like, oh, how have the horses been adapting to life in the field? Girls, come on. Yeah, how are the horses been adapting to life in the field? And are they settled? And are they dealing okay? Because of course, like, our horses up until now have been stabled. Of course, they went out during the day, but they haven't really been living 24/7 outside. So that's something that is quite new to them. They're absolutely thriving and loving life. They've kind of reverted back to very wild behaviors, especially Chase. He's become this wild Mustang that's always on the lookout for predators and any dangers, and he's keeping the herd moving, and it's very funny to see. Annie's also really loving life, and for a horse of her age, because she's 30 years old now, it's so good for her health that she's constantly moving around rather than being like still in a stable for like 12 hours. This is kind of the best you could really ask for. We're gonna have to keep an eye on how Bear is gonna cope and deal with it all, because he is a mini. He is a miniature horse or pony, miniature pony, and they can't really handle being on grass that much. We're very lucky that right now it's winter grass, so there isn't a lot of sugars, there's not a lot of new growth. Oh, one thing. A lot of you guys were commenting on just how muddy our road is, and this is when the machines came in here to do the fencing. It was extremely wet those couple of days, and just a couple of passes created this, so we're going to have a little bit of work to do. There is actually like a hard base underneath all this, but it needs some work, as you can see. But here they are. But yeah, as I was saying, Bear is quite a fat little thing at the moment, so we're keeping an eye on his weight, and we're kind of popping on a grazing muzzle every now and then just to make sure that he's not having too much. But they are all doing well. I've got to keep an eye out because these dogs are also here. Girls, come on. Come on, girls. Here's little Bear. Good morning, Bear. How are you going? You can see he's not too terribly fat, and he's got a lot of coat as well. But he is doing really good. He's got a lot of loose hair, so I've got to get in there and start giving him a groom. Then we have the queen of the estate, Miss Andorra. Here she is, 30 years and thriving. Hey, and this is the bodyguard Chase that is looking after everybody and making sure that nobody's getting into any trouble, when realistically you're the only one that causes trouble around here, aren't you? Yeah, that would be it. But they have a really, really large field. I can show you that. What are you doing? Talk about animals reverting to the wild here. Are we hunting? What's going on? Penny's just grazing. I don't know if anybody else's dogs just endlessly eat grass, but ours do. I'm sure someone online will have a reason for that. But the fields they have, or field, is huge. So it goes, if you follow my finger, it goes down there, then it goes all the way down to that corner, around, and all the way to the right. So these horses have a lot of space. They've been here now for about like a week or two. Actually, it's been more like a week and a half. And the grazing, they haven't like managed to graze down that much of the field. They haven't really been breaking the soil too much because it is wet and they're out 24/7. So I'm actually quite hopeful about this space. We are having, however, one really big problem in the field, and I'm going to show you guys. I don't know if you guys have a solution for this. Let me show you. I'm going to go inside. I'll show you. So you might be able to see it in the distance, but we have quite the mole issue going on in this field. Now, this is the highest field. It's the driest. A lot of the other fields at the bottom are much more wet, which I think is why the moles are coming up here to the drier soil. But if you can see, there is mole holes absolutely everywhere. Now, the holes they actually leave in the soil when they kick up the dirt are very small, so I'm not too worried about the horses getting injured or something. But as you can see, the whole field is getting very much overwhelmed, and it's something I've noticed a lot in the area here. There is a lot of moles. So I don't know if anybody online has a solution for this. I mean, I have trapped moles in the past before in the garden when they're getting in the way of things or starting to dig too much underneath walkways and collapsing walkways. That's something I have experience with, but it's never something I've done to this scale, of course. That's not really, I don't know. I don't know how I would even begin here to tackle this. So if somebody has experience with this, let me know. But as I said, for the actual horse's health, I'm not that concerned. It's more, you know, if this continues, the grass is not growing, it's just going to be one giant mud pit here. And there is a lot of this going on. We've been having some glorious weather the last couple of days. It's a shame I'm giving you guys this vlog when the sun's not here. I had the most magical time here the last couple of days in the sun. And even though it was very cold, it was freezing. It was below freezing. It was like -3, -4. It was still beautiful days. And the horses were really liking them, and I took the rugs off and let them have a few naked afternoons in the sun where they could just bask and let their coats fall out because they're all losing their coats. Yeah, but that's an update on the golden oldies here. And so that's something that has made us all very, very happy and also brought us a lot of peace, because I was concerned in the beginning how they were going to adapt, and we don't really have a plan B. I mean, luckily the people at the new stables, the owners were like, if you ever need anything, bring them here. So that's very sweet. So I guess that's kind of a plan B, but yeah, it's not really something set in stone. But I'm going to be taking you guys now. We're going to be driving to the new stables. I'm going to be taking you on this tour. I do want to say I, of course, talked to the owners and make sure they were happy with us filming and sharing everything. That's something we've had really good communication about, and they were. They're very open and very nice. So I'm very grateful that they're allowing us to also do our work there. You know, it's quite a lot for someone to come to private stables and say, hey, I would like to bring 6 horses here. And I also, by the way, film my life, and which means I need to film your property as well. So they've been very, very gracious, very, very nice to us. I don't know, we got so lucky. We got so lucky with finding this stable and this amazing group of people. Also the girls that work there, the stable manager, they're all amazing. So we've been so blessed. This is a little bit of the other view of this road. I can't even show you the base. The base has just been completely churned. But this is something that at some point in the future we will handle, but not quite on the to-do just yet. The house is just here. I've mowed the lawn. You might notice it, maybe not from the video, I don't know, but I had a bit of a mowing the lawn kind of day the other day, and everything's looking really tidy and nice. I started on the front lawn, but it is rather large here, so it does take me a while to mow. And as much as you guys might remember, yes, I actually got me the sit-on mower that I love and cherish, but it's a little bit too small for this property, so we might have to look at upgrading her. I talked to Jess about it as well. I was like, how would you feel if I traded her in for something a little bit bigger so we can do this place a little bit quicker? And he was very nice about it. Okay, I'm completely rambling on now. I've got to just get in the car. So I'm gonna pop these dogs away, and we're gonna get in the car and go to the new place. Now, that's gonna go in the wash. Actually, before we go, I wanted to show you guys a little, not issue we've been having at the front of the house, but continuing on with the theme of mud. We've been having some issues around the property of how people are like navigating it when DHL or PostNL comes here, because everybody's using this piece of lawn as a turning circle and everyone keeps getting stuck in it as well. So this is currently what this piece of lawn is looking like. So people come in through this entrance and they come in forwards like this, and then they arrive here at the side of the house, but there isn't a place to turn. So people just back up into here and then turn around, and everybody's been getting stuck. So we're gonna have to think of how this is all gonna function. We also were parking cars here at one point, but clearly that is no longer possible. The Defender, well, my old Defender, is the only last survivor that can manage this terrain. So there's lots of things we're having to think about and consider. I've arrived and I've already spotted a wild 𝒋𝒐𝒍𝒍𝒐𝒘 in the arena. He's riding 𝒋𝒐𝒍𝒍𝒐𝒘, so let's go. We'll go say hi to him quick. Looky here, and you guys are gonna get a sneak preview of the outdoor before the tour begins. Or actually, we can just maybe begin the tour really quickly here and show you the outdoor. I'll show you. I'll spin you guys around. There he is. Look at him go. A little bit of passage. Give us a bit of passage. Very nice. That looks nice. Light, nice and light and supple on your own bitless bridle, Nalanta bridle. A little bit more back. A little bit more over the back. That looks nice. Is it a racehorse? No bucking today. He got that all out the other day. I'm gonna go around and give them a tour, so we'll see you later. Good boy.
He looks good?
He looks really good. No boots? A la 𝒋𝒐𝒍𝒍𝒐𝒘.
Why do I need boots?
Look at his eye color. I don't know if you guys can see that on camera, but he has very special eye color. Don't you? Okay, well, have a good ride. Have fun. Bye. No. Oh, you're fine. Oh, it's actually freezing, so I've put on a beanie and layered up a little bit. Yes, he's off the horse. He's behind the camera, so you guys might hear him along the way. But I wanted to give you guys the official stable tour of where we are. We've had loads of questions of actually which stable it is. It is a pretty well-known stable here in the area. It's called Stall Kraushorst. They are a show jumping stable. They sell some incredible horses here. So if any of you guys are interested, I'll actually put their website details below. If you want to check out the stables, get some more information, maybe reach out for some horses, it's all down below. But I'm going to start the tour right here at the entrance of the property. These are the gates you guys have seen a couple of times. And as we enter the property and walk down this way, there is some of the fields already beginning here on the left. And the really nice thing about this property is, I will show you guys from above, but there is so many fields at this place. At the moment, everything is very wet, so the horses are not currently going in there now. But as soon as it's drying up, the mentality is to have the horses outside as much as possible. If we continue going down, you might actually notice that behind me there's a little bit of a forest, and something they've done really, really well here at this property is that they've incorporated quite natural elements into their training. So we're going to be going into this forest and seeing the little things they've created here to support them through their everyday work with their horses. But for now, we're going to continue to walk. We're going to continue to walk down this way towards the main entrance of the stables, and that's where all the kind of buildings are compacted together. And I'm going to be showing you guys around the indoor, the stables, the mare's breeding stables, the outdoor. There's a lunge yard here, there's a 9-horse covered walker, and there's even some apartments up in the indoor arena right here next to me. We might be able to open one and have a little look inside there as well. I talked with the owner and she was like, you should show the apartments, because they are really nice and it's something quite special to have at a stable. But first, let's go to the main square of the place. This is the main entrance, and when you arrive at the stables, as someone is actually doing right now, this is the main car park. Oh, and actually, this is Valero being walked right now behind me. He's about to go into the walker, so he's going to be showing us how that goes. So you can either go through here to the stables and to the indoor, or there is a kind of sand track that starts here, and this sand track takes you all the way around the property to some of the other smaller fields, the bigger fields, the outdoor arena. There's a lot of little tracks like this throughout the property that you can ride on, especially when it's nice and dry, or you can go for a bit of a hack on as well, which is always nice. So maybe we can actually start with the walker, because Valero is going in right now. It's a fully indoor walker for 9 horses. Good boy. Good boy. It took the horses a while, because if you look, this walker's actually ran from a top cable circulating around, and our horses are not really used to that. They're used to a walker with, like, let's say 4 or 5 arms that hold the dividers. So it is quite a big one. And my stallions go in separately to the other horses, but specifically Valero and Emporio go in together so they can have a lot of space between each other. But this is a really nice walker because it stays dry all year round, and the horses go in for 45 minutes every single day. A lot of people think when they come here that this is like the house of the property, but this is the office / rider office. So this is where a lot of the administration is done through here, but we will not really go in there. It's not really, I think, worth showing for how we use the property. Now, what I do want to show you is, I think we will take a right and go first into the indoor. The indoor is super nice. Let me just see if someone's riding, because I don't want to. Hold on. So I will put the specifics of actually how big the indoor is on the screen so you guys can see, but it is a huge space. Obviously this is a jumping stable, so they're currently in the middle of rebuilding a course. But it is a really, really large indoor arena. The indoor is super spacious and light and airy. They've done actually a really clever design. I think because it's a show jumping barn, the ceiling is much higher, but they've kind of like divided the ceiling into 2 different pieces. So
because they have to jump and not hit their head?
Well, yeah, I know, but like this high, this is huge. But it's nice that there's like different tiers of windows, like on the main wall and then on the roof, and then there's a light ridge as well. So it means that the arena always feels really nice and airy. If you come this way, you can see there's also a really nice glass office above the entrance. I've actually never been up there yet, but that's a pretty neat feature of the indoor too. And then on this side is those apartments that we were showing you from the outside. So I will, as I said before, I will put the info on actually how big the indoor is here. But it's a very impressive space. I will say it's taken me some time with my horses because their shoulders are going a little bit everywhere and the straightness is gone because there is such a big space to work in. And usually dressage riders, we like to use the wall a lot for support. So, but I think it's good for them. They're going to have to learn to find their balance a little bit more on their own. But yeah, a great space to have. Let me show you the canteen, which is just here. There's like a viewing area. And it's just, this is the small one. There's 2 canteens in the stable, and this is the one for just like grabbing a coffee and watching people ride in the indoor. So this is the canteen space that I was talking to you about for the indoor. So it's heated, coffee machine, there's a nice table, lots of nice memories from everybody jumping here, and a great view out to see what's going on. The jumping world is quite different, so we always learn a lot of different things. The other day there was a really big auction here for some horses for sale, and then some other days, a few days back before that, there was some young horses doing their first jumping rounds. So there's always lots of fun stuff, and it's been a completely different world joining the show jumpers. It's quite different to how dressage riders do it. But I think it's teaching our horses a lot and getting them used to a lot of different environments. I think dressage riders are a lot more careful, which I think in turn can create horses that are a little bit more easily scared. But the show jumpers, I will say, are quite brave. They don't really care about much, and hence their horses are typically pretty relaxed. So I've just swung around the indoor quickly so I can come and show you guys the apartments. I'm going to show you 2 different ones. There's like an upstairs section of apartments and 2 apartments downstairs which are bigger. Let me show you. So coming inside here, you've got an entrance hall. And then up this way, you head towards the apartments. It really feels like a hotel in here. You completely forget you're in a stable. So indoor is out here. And then through here, we will have a look at number 7 is the apartments. And it really feels like a hotel room. So you have a nice big bed, nice big double bed, a little living room, couch area with a TV, little table right here, self-contained kitchen through here, and then you have the bathroom as well. Sink and a nice big shower. These apartments are made for the clients when they come to try horses, but also for other purposes for clients that want to stay for a little bit longer, or some of the girls here as well. And they get to pick between these ones and the ones downstairs. I will show you the ones downstairs because they're actually even bigger. It's so weird because it really feels like you're in a hotel room and you just completely forget that actually you're still at the stables. Sitting out of here, I want to show you guys this area outside because it's actually quite nice. This is like a little mezzanine viewing area, and you have the most amazing view of the outdoor. The course has been fully built now. There's actually someone riding as well. But how amazing is this? And it's huge up here, so you can fit loads of people and have a look. It's amazing. Such a nice space. Let's go back down through here. So there's 6 apartments up here, and then back down this way, we have the other 2 apartments, and I will show you the bigger one. This is one of them, but this one is the other, and by far the biggest. So through this way is the main area of the apartment. You have your little living room down here, a much bigger kitchen through here as well, with everything you need for actual living as well. Then there is 1 bedroom here. Then through here is another bedroom / a room that can be used as a closet, like that. Then a huge toilet in here, huge shower as well. and a bathroom right in here. This wouldn't be a bad space to spend some time if you're horse shopping or wanting to get in some training with your horses. There's even a little area out here to have breakfast outside on this little porch looking out at the forest. So basically not your regular stable setup, that's for sure. Certainly lots of inspo from here. Okay, so I think we can move on to the stable part next. I actually just got given my passports back because I've got some registering that I have to do because our horses have just moved in here. We can go through here. This is the first stable block. They're all copies of each other. There is 3 rows of these kind of stables with tack up and wash areas in between. So I'll take you guys through. It is very much, it's a very pretty stable, but it is very much a working stable. So this side, the side that we were just in, is more for the horses of the owner. And then as you travel through on this side, these are the tack up areas, these are the wash bay areas. This is our tack room, which surprisingly has stayed relatively neat. Could use a little bit of work in here to improve the neatness and cleanliness, but we will have to see about that yesterday, how we do that. Or who needs to...
Well, I think all your stuff that's out.
Really? Because this is all you, mostly.
No.
Here is where
It's
it gets...
not true.
Here is where it gets a bit more my...
I mean, it's all your stuff.
Wait, I can't show that one
What is
because
out that's
that
mine?
collection hasn't been released yet. Anyway, we're getting sidetracked in the detail, aren't we? So let's go through here. So this is, we showed you this area before. This is where our horses are staying. And we have them kind of mostly through this side. We will do a little update on the horses later, and then some here. And then back through here is the kind of storage room slash feed room slash washroom. It's such a handy space to have. I feel like this is what we really missed at the old stables we were renting, was a place that was heated, large, where you can put everything can stay clean and organized. And as I said, this is a working barn. There is a lot of competitions happening here, a lot of trading, a lot of riders. So you are seeing a place that is not just made to only look pretty, but to be really used as well. Speaking of a pretty place, I'm going to take you guys to the main kind of like riders lounge canteen of the property, which overlooks the outdoor. It's really, really pretty. It's actually one of my favorite places of the property. In order to get there, we're going to have to travel back through the 2 other stable rows this way. So then we turn right, and there's just this incredible view that opens up out here. There's also all these really nice little sand paths that take you around the property.
I like this veranda looking thing.
Yeah,
and
these like big oak beams as well. And this is the office that we were looking. This is just the other side of it. But down here, take them a look around. This is the main hangout and canteen and kind of riders lounge of the property. There is this beautiful outdoor space here with a big fire, a big table, and then of course this incredible view of the outdoor arena, which is absolutely humongous. Again, probably due to the nature that this is the jumping stables. And I really enjoy places like this that are very functional, but also very pretty. Like all of the plantings, the manicured grass and gardens and pathways. But I just want to take you inside, not only because it's cold, but this area is really, really worth showing you guys. This is where, in the winter time, I think it gets a lot of use. So if you come in through here, there is this kind of like snug down here. It kind of feels like it's more like an American cabin kind of feeling, like a very luxurious American cabin kind of feeling in here. But you have this little snug hangout area down here, really large bar, which is really nice. So you can imagine also just coming here, having a drink while there's like maybe some jumping going on outside. And then through here, this is like my favorite part of the whole place, is a nice little seating area with a nice fire as well, where you can just all hang out and chill and all talk about how you've fallen off and how horses are draining all your money from your life. That's that place to do that here. So it's actually really nice to have this kind of hangout space. It feels like a luxury, like holiday, like a little mini holiday space through here. Some more little nooks and crannies in here. There's 2 toilets. There's also a toilet in the indoor. I didn't want to really show you guys too much of that. But if we go out through this way, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a better view of the outdoor. And then we're going to go around to the outside and show you the breeding mares as well. So as we've discussed, the outdoor is very, very large. And there is these kind of like couple of, I call them like roundabouts. But I think when you're making courses and stuff, it's a little bit more dynamic to have like some fixed structures. Also, if you need to store in the middle of this, like some jumps or things like that. So yeah, this is the main outdoor space. There is a really big walkway that goes all the way around, like a canter track. And it connects back through here. And then here is where we go towards some of the other outdoor facilities and the breeding mares stable. Now, of course, the breeding mare stable is not going to be like the fanciest place in the world. The most important thing is that the horses have really large stables for when they're foaling and for when they have the foals. So I will show you a little bit in here. Hoi! So these are some of the breeding mares. You can see they have really, really large stables. And they've all had a good roll in the mud. Oh, this one. Look at this one. Yes, so she's having a little bit of a snooze. Pregnant mama's down. Oh, really cute. We won't disturb them all too much, but this is where there's a little bit of light breeding that happens on the property, obviously for jumping horses. And this is kind of just at the back of the other stables that we are in. Now, going back out through this way, we have a really, really beautiful water feature, which is something that I was telling Yes, I was like, oh, this is going to be something that's going to be really nice for us to have at our property as well. We can try and just walk up through here. It is quite wet still, but we can see some more of the fields out here of the property. There's some smaller fields, some bigger fields, and they kind of actually keep going out quite a ways that way. And then through here is the most incredible pond. There is a pond that's a little bit higher at the back and a lower one here. And there is this canter track and trails that go all the way around it. So you can really use this to let the horses go a little bit when the ground is a little bit drier. And it's such a beautiful scenic place to just have a little ride on your own property. So you don't have to worry about loose dogs or cars, or if you fall off and your horse escapes, because everything is fenced still here. And then if we take just a small couple of minute walk, we're going to go back out to that area that is just at the front of the property that we saw, which is kind of this training area in the forest. Through here, they've made several different things. So if we come this way, there's kind of like a training hill where you can walk up and down with your horse to train the hind end a little bit. And I really like that the setting is like more in a forest rather than out in the middle of an arena or something like that. So if we go up here, you'll be able to see that it's actually quite steep. And so you'll be able to train your horse's hindquarters going up and then also their core going down. And it actually gives us great visibility up here of the lunging circle. So it is a very big lunging circle, and it's something I've been using a lot for my new horse Valero, because obviously he's very young. So we do a lot of our groundwork and fitness training in here. And it's a nice tucked away space in the forest. And then if we go down this way, we're heading back towards the entrance of the property right there. And I've never really seen a stable utilize an outdoor space like this, but what they've done here is they've created an in and out course of jumps, which is permanently here, but obviously utilized a lot more in the summer months when the ground can handle the horses cantering on it. But I thought it was such a nice idea that they've set up these permanent jumps here with not even a stride in between, so the horse is really having to work hard jumping in and over, in and over, in and over. And I don't think my PRE horses are going to be excelling at this, but maybe I can use it more as cavalettis. That's surely going to be possible. But how nice to have this in this forest setting. And I saw some videos of some of the riders, and they're jumping like 60, 70 centimeters, and the horse is really having to sit on the hind and push and sit and push. It seems like a great way to use the space rather than just having it as wasted lawn. Now you'll see that also throughout here there's these like little trails. You'll see there's like one going through here, and it just kind of makes its way around. And this is such a beautiful thing about this property, is that all these little meandering trails, even outside of the canter tracks, that take you all the way around the property, and you really get to see like the beauty of this place also through these trails. Again, it's a little bit wet, so I haven't really been able to use them. But I imagine as the spring comes and the summer comes, it's something I'm going to do a lot with my horses. Just having the ability to take them out of the indoor or the outdoor and just do something a little bit more fun, I think is going to add a lot of value to the everyday life. Well, that concludes our tour of the stables. I hope you guys enjoyed and you got a little bit of a better bearing on exactly how everything is set up over there. Again, we're incredibly grateful to have this place to call home until our place here is ready. We are making some good headway, but we do have quite a long road to go. 𝒋𝒐𝒏𝒆𝒚 horse that we're at is going to be an incredible place for us just to set up some temporary roots while everything is getting finished here at home. So that's it for this video. I am, however, going to be having some more videos coming out about our new property, so stay tuned. I think actually the next video is going to be regarding some of the new projects and things that have been happening here at the house in the last couple of months. So keep an eye out for that. But for now, that's everything. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.